Welcome to the Nintendo Powercast. I'm your host N64 Josh, and we got Crawler. What's going on, baby?
Hey, how's it going? Crawler coming at you from the land of Hyrule after 110 hours or something. I think I'm at.
Woo! And no update yet. Still on 1.1.
How many diamonds you got?
Let's see. My money is sitting at 107,891 rupees, and I have in my stockpile right now 203 diamonds. That's it.
I have 86 diamonds.
Shame. Am I the only one playing this game legitimately and not because I accidentally updated the game and got rid of the glitch?
It could be. How's Johnny doing?
I'm doing well. I'm excited.
This is episode 420, so light up your piranha plants. And
only in like what? Well, I guess like half the states have it now. So
hey, grab your fire flower, light up a piranha plant, and enjoy the show. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? That was family friendly. So hey, jump on into the Discord, n64josh.com/Discord. We would love to have you come hang out with us, talk games, and Johnny, you got all kinds of stuff you're working on. You got a new show. Where can people connect and check out the new stuff?
Yeah, so the new show is called Communication Air. It's a podcast with Cheesy, who is not here because we shamed him so much for not playing Super Mario Bros. 3 that he did not want to show his face this week.
Or he has different friends and just wants to.
Yeah, he actually has friends.
Yeah.
I'm also Johnny Bo everywhere: Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. Yeah,
right on. Crawler, where can people connect with you?
Best spots are TikTok and Twitter. Nightcrawler724. Nightcrawler is without the E. You can also join the Discord, n64josh.com/Discord, and that'll get you there. And there's also the Communication Air Discord as well, right, Johnny?
Yep. Yeah.
There you go. Well, jump on in, everybody. We'd love to connect with you. I have guys, there is something in the works behind the scenes, and I will only tease you with this. If you are a fan of Zelda and a fan of D&D, be on the lookout. Because
are you on Critical Role? Dude, that would be epic.
Yeah, no. What's really funny is when I saw them post that the Critical Role thing was going down, I was like, I already had this in the works and I was like, really? Why? But it's okay. It's okay. There's still a lot of fun to be had. So I don't think we'll get the voice of Ganondorf, but
Yeah, that's kind of cheating.
Yeah, maybe Mifa or something. I messaged her on Twitter, so we'll see. No, but I mean, we might as well talk a little bit about Tears of the Kingdom. I honestly have not played much since the last show. I jump in, like, by the time I hit my bed at night, I'm like, my brain is like, no video games. And so I literally will do like 5 dupes with diamonds and then collect them. And I put the Switch to the side and I go to sleep. And then I get up and rinse and repeat the next day. So I haven't played nearly as much as I would like. Just been working a ton. But Johnny, I know you've gotten plenty of time with it, and Crawler, you as well. But Johnny, why don't you kick us off? How are you? What are we in week number 2 now of
is it 3?
Starting week
3 and a half? 2.5?
Yeah. How?
Yeah. So I'm I have 70 hours on the game right now. I did the 3rd temple. I think at last episode I said I was probably going to beat it over the long weekend. I did not. I did beat a 3rd temple, but I still have.
Yes.
Yeah. I felt a little dumb, but I feel kind of dumb in this.
It felt more like a
game.
Zelda temple, though, right?
Yeah, it had more layers, and the puzzles made sense. But yeah, I kind of feel, even in the shrines, I kind of feel dumb at times.
Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes.
You only feel dumb when you see other videos on TikTok or YouTube or something like that. And I saw one the other day that was like, I think it was Build It with Logs, I think was the name of the
Oh yeah,
name of the shrine. And there was like diagonal, like pyramid-y type things that you couldn't just stick a log on. But I saw somebody build, I saw the quote unquote proper solution, which was like a two stack bottom with a 1 stack top to make a actual triangle kind of on it to just rest on the thing. I think I just made like a big L to hook it.
Yeah.
And I just did that and climbed up it. And then I saw somebody do it a funny way that was like they just built a giant pole that they could ascend through, and they made four of them be legs, and they just attached it so they could ascend up and then just glide across. But it's always creative to see. I don't think there isn't a wrong way. I think I saw a Kotaku, I think it was a Kotaku article or something like that. That was the pinball shrine is giving people some hard times. Like,
I don't think I've done that one. Are you talking about the baseball one?
Baseball, pinball. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
So people don't
it was kind of your first introduction to the spikes that can go in anything.
Yeah.
And they don't really do a great job explaining it. And then
I did that one.
And then
also, like,
with,
if
with
you
the wheel, with the big wheel,
the big
with
target,
the big button,
you had to hit it.
Yeah,
and then
target.
and then there was the sub target was for the chest with like a big concrete thing hanging from chains.
a big concrete.
You had to essentially make a baseball bat and hit the ball,
hit the thing as it came down, and have it go up the ramp.
Yeah, there's also you
okay,
could shoot.
You could just shoot it with. You can shoot any
You
of those
shoot with
targets
bomb
with a
arrows.
bomb arrow. I
So-
think that's their get out of jail kind of way to just let people get through it.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that just seem, you know, the guy that's holding the signs all around.
Mm-hmm.
You can just put a hover.
I saw that the other day, and it made me feel so stupid. I was like, "Oh, you can." I guess that you can, and people.
Yeah, you just put a hover platform under the sign.
Somebody just made an auto build with a hover platform and an apple, so because it has to have 2 things.
No, it's only one. You don't have to have 2 things.
You can make an auto build with just 1 thing.
Oh, I don't know about auto build, but I know
you could auto build it anywhere in the world and just have it be a hoverstone. What I need to do is I need to make an auto build of apples, so I can go up to the grove and just collect apples. Have you seen that?
Oh, I've seen that too. Yeah, and I've seen it with fish as well.
You do like 20 or 30 apples to get. You just fuse them all together, save it as an auto build, and then go to auto build up in the tree grove there to the the west of Hyrule Field, and then you just go up and just hover auto build around all those trees, and it just pulls all the apples off.
Yeah, when I see things like that, I'm like, I would never think of those things. I would never think of that in a million years.
And the new thing this week is that people found out that the portable pot acts like a ball joint, so you can use it for lots of shock resistant kind of creative ways to do stuff.
There's another.
I also saw it turned into a phallic thing as well.
Yeah, well, I mean that's Was it
TTP?
TTP, yeah. It was 1 second. As soon as somebody loaded up that game, TTP was in play. But there was also another, like, such a dumb way of figuring out the Korok puzzles with the rocks. You could just drop a weapon that has a rock fused to it.
Oh, I saw that. Somebody slammed it down, and
yeah. So you don't even have to. You don't even have to. Oh, you have to pick up a rock and drop it 2 feet away. It's not that big of a deal, but you don't have to do that if you don't want to. There's just so much stuff out there. This game's like, it's broken. Like it
in the best way.
In the best way, yeah. People have broken it. The puzzles.
I honestly hope for like DLC we get more pieces. Right, like more
to auto build or
more,
for Zone Eye stuff.
Just for
building,
know what I just hope it continues.
You know what I hope they do is bring back the Sheikah Slate powers.
We talked about that, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
Didn't I say I wanted to see that as DLC?
You might have said that while you were streaming last weekend, I think.
Oh, okay. I thought I mentioned it with you guys too.
Well, I'm just going to take it as my idea. Even if you said it on the show, I'm just taking it as my idea. But I would love to see what people do with like Chronos and
Mhm.
like the bombs, the time, the
Stasis
the
as
time
well.
bombs, stasis. Yeah,
Stasis
that would
had
be
some
fun.
cool stuff from like I saw some cool videos leading up to Tears of the Kingdom on TikTok of like old stuff of people doing spin attacks on a boulder to have it fly over something and land directly on top of a Hinox. Like just some cool crazy stuff.
The thing that I've been seeing a lot of is traps where people wear the Bogoblin mask and then build these traps and
You gotta turn off your spirits though if you're gonna do that because they don't care that you're wearing a mask. They'll shoot
The
them in the face.
sages are annoying. They are annoying. I don't know if this is a spoiler.
It's 3 weeks in. If you haven't seen a sage, then
I haven't, but that's cool. Go ahead.
Well,
you've
anyway, the
seen enough
sages
stuff,
are
though,
annoying.
right?
You can turn them off, which is good.
Which I have to do that every time I go to an Octorok because what's his name will just blast it in the face while it's trying to suck up my weapon to clean it.
Who's the Goron? I don't even know his name. Yunobo or something.
Yeah, but I'm
I
talking about
don't
the
like. I
bird.
don't like.
The bird dude shoots the Octorok in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
face.
That's Tulin.
Tulin.
I like Tulin. He is a cool power. But the Yunobo, like whenever you're on a vehicle,
He weighs
blocks
it
your
down,
view.
and he weighs it down too. Like I have the air bike built,
Yeah.
and I was just playing around with it the other day, and I was just going like letting it fly, and I wasn't touching the sticks, and it leans to whatever side he has weight on your vehicle.
That's weird because it doesn't look like he should because he's just
He's a spirit.
he's a spirit. So yeah, I don't know. But yeah, that is one thing I do tend to accidentally hit like side on, and then I have like the water shield when I just wanted to pick up an item.
Collect
So
stuff,
that
a lot of stuff on
yeah,
there.
especially like in the depths when I want to collect all the pose, and like there should be either you should be able to hold A to like suck everything up.
That's the biggest complaint I have about it, and I think what I've also seen as well is like Urbosa's Fury, you held a charge attack, and that's what prompted it.
Mhm.
Versus this one, it's really annoying. I forget what her name is, but her power is similar to Urbosa's Fury, but you have to prompt her for it, and then it grows out in an electric field, and then you prompt it by shooting an arrow at the target you want her to hit with her lightning.
Mm.
Um,
Yeah, I
but
don't have
it's
spoilers. I don't have that one.
well, you'll get there. But it's annoying to have to go track them down because sometimes you climb or do something, they disappear. You walk too close to the edge, they disappear. Like there's no good way to proc it, like without, especially if
Yeah,
they're running away from you. You have to go find them, and it's kind of frustrating. I wish there was a way that you could hotkey it like down instead of whistle or keep whistle on down thing, but have it pull up a radio menu that you can prompt them for something.
I've been playing this game for 70 hours and I still accidentally hit whistle. I don't know what I think that button does, but I just press down on the D-pad more often than I should. But I do agree. I think the way the champions were handled in Breath of Wild was better. Like Rivali's Gale, you had to like hold
you held jump
down.
or whatever. I think you I forget. It was either Y. I don't remember. I think you held something and it built it up, and then you could jump into it.
Yeah, and what were the other ones?
And then
Urbosa's Fury
was just a passive thing that would happen.
It was like a fairy.
And same thing with Daruk's
yeah.
protection.
So it was like more passive than what they are now.
Active. Yeah.
And I also feel like I'm cheating a little bit because they're actively attacking enemies. So making it a little bit easier.
And I will say there is something cool if you venture up in the sky into the thunderstorm.
I haven't spent much time in the sky. That part is probably one of my I wouldn't say disappointing things, but I just feel like there's not enough. Like it's the depths is the whole map, but the sky there's only certain areas. And there are cool areas that you would want to go to, but then there are a couple that are just like, why is this even here? It's just like a rock.
And there's 2 islands way out in the bottom corners that have something unique on them that's pretty cool. But you gotta
I have to explore. I have to explore that stuff more. But I've been in the depths a lot because I wanted the Bloodborne armor. I think it looks like Bloodborne. It's the depths armor.
Talking to all the Poes.
Yeah,
the Poe statues.
I've been doing that, but I still love it. I still think it's my favorite game this year, and I think I like it more than Breath of the Wild still.
Yeah, I mean, like I was gonna go I was gonna go get my star on my save account last night, and then I did something up in the Sky Island, I think, to finish a shrine that I needed to go get the gem for or whatever to build it. And then I happened to be by this thing, and I noticed that there was stuff inside this cloud. So I was like, I'll just head over there. It's the distraction game is what it is.
It's the squirrel.
And so I went over there, and that led to a whole thing down in the depths that I did. And so, I mean, that just ate up my night. But I was gonna go do the fight because over the weekend, I think I was exploring Hyrule Castle a little bit, and I came up into a guard tower that Zelda was just standing, and I was like, well, that's not where I want to go because I don't want to finish the game right now. So
I feel like I'm racing against the clock because we're getting to the point where people are beating the game, and people are going to start talking about people are already talking about the end sequence, and apparently it's amazing. So I want to get to it.
Well, yeah, because they have a whole voice actor for Ganondorf, and what I've seen so far doesn't really have a whole lot of voice acting.
Well, the memories,
the memories have a little bit. I have one memory left to unlock. I think it's like number 11 or something like that. But that's the only one I have left to unlock.
I do want to give a quick shout out to Mulehorn Gaming. Thanks for the raid over on Twitch. We appreciate you, and we're not going to answer your question on stream, but we do appreciate you guys.
I feel like no matter what you build, it kind of takes that kind of shape in some way. It's just natural.
It's just natural.
So Josh, what are you gonna play it? Are you gonna play it?
What's Johnny always thinking about that he's naturally making that?
Are you gonna? Because you're primed and ready to go on at least one of the shrines, right? Or temples?
I have no idea, honestly. I literally have just focused on I was just duping stuff. My main goal with this game is I want to get to the point. Well, the only reason is I just want to build stuff. I just want to build. I just want to have.
I mean, having rupees isn't really going to help you.
Well, no. So I'm duping the charges that you drop in the.
I was like the Zonite machines. Stuff.
Yeah. So that's one of the things I've been focusing on duping, and so
that and large Zonite, so I could
so you have more batteries.
Max battery.
Yeah,
really
that's
nice.
the other thing I did too. So. Because I only had one of them. I'm like, I don't even know what this does. I can't attach it to anything, but I think I heard them talk about it. So let's make more, So, but yeah, no, I really, it's just my weeks have just been like, especially last week and weekend, it's just been go, go, go. I have not, I haven't stopped at all. Like it's just been, I've just been go, go, go. So I'm hoping to like start carving out some time to spend with this game because I don't want to fall so far behind that, like, Nate's asking about a spoiler cast, and it's like, yeah, I want to be a part of that, not like sitting here with my ears closed and my eyes closed as Crawler's showing his gameplay. And I'm like, I haven't done this yet. So
did you beat Breath of the Wild?
Oh yeah. I went.
Okay.
I was streaming daily. Like that game was. I went hard on that game. Like, and it was just so much fun. It was so much fun. With the community was just so involved, and it was just everything was so fresh and new with the Switch, and like it was such a fun time.
I feel like it's a little bit different now because back then I wasn't really making a ton of content, and I would just play the game without even worrying about it. But now I feel like I need to try to make content on this. huge Nintendo game.
Mm-hmm.
So it feels a little bit different.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. I mean, I did the how to get the glide suit. It's one of my long form videos that's done relatively well for my long form stuff, you know. So like I get it. That stuff is it's it's low hanging fruit, right? When you can put out some cool stuff.
And that's just going to live on for forever.
Exactly. And the thing that I really want to do is I want to do Mario Kart and Zelda. So I want to get to where I'm less concerned about beating the game and more concerned about getting to the point where I can really build cool stuff. Like uh that's kind of where I'm at right now. I still need to take that clip from that I was telling you guys about last week where I hit the wood and it just destroyed, the rockets took off, and yeah, it's like it's so funny, but yeah, no, I have all intent. Like I absolutely adore this game. I keep interviewing different people for for different, you know, like bonus episodes of the show, just chatting about the game, and it's just everybody loves it. No, I hardly see anybody saying anything like negative about it. You know, it's just everybody's just
World's too
having a good
empty.
time with it.
There's nothing to do in it. It's the same map as Breath of Wild.
I feel like that's the only people that maybe don't have it and aren't playing it.
Yeah, I've been spending a ton of time in the depths the last little bit, just because it's a good way to find those hidden shrines on the surface.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've been, because the light routes are a little bit easier to pick out, just if you can find your way, fumble around in the dark, on a fan bike, and it's been good. I've been just charting out the whole depths, and I think I scrolled through the video quick enough that because I didn't want to know what it was, but I did see something that said I think you get something when you activate all the light routes.
There's
down
so
in the
much.
depths.
There's so much to do because if it's as many, because if each shrine has a light route,
There's 152 shrines, but I don't know how many handful are in the sky. Those don't translate directly to
okay,
light routes, because I'm at like 100. I think, what did I say right before the show? 116 shrines done, but I think I only have 86 light routes done. And I've put stars kind of on my map down below for where to then go put a ping to then just get on my light bike, and that's what I've been doing, is just cruising around looking for stuff. But the hardest part is when there's large bodies of water that create just canyon walls or whatever.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
And you're just it's its own thing. But like there's some cool stuff. I found something in the in like that spiral on the surface on the east side. Like there's something cool down in the depths for the spiral.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of stuff just to find randomly. Like I've been trying to get armor sets, and a lot of those quests are fun to do. I'm still trying to find caves to get the bubble gems.
I just before as we were going live, I went and got the headpiece, so I have the final part of that armor.
You're further than me.
but then he tells me how many more caves I have left. I think I have 100 caves left to go find.
Oh my! Yeah, there's so much to this game. I don't know how. I mean, I didn't even come close to 100%ing Breath of Wild. Like I don't think I even did all the shrines, and I definitely did it.
Some of them are hard to find, and it's hard to then go. That map is so massive, and the shrines are so obscurely named, to then have to go try to find what shrines you don't have out of, like, I think I'm sitting at like 106 or 110 something, so I'm like down to single digits or teens of shrines left, and trying to find those out of the 120 that are there on that map, like, it's a lot harder. So I'm appreciative for the depths, for what it does to then translate that to, I know there's a shrine around here somewhere, and I'm gonna go find it.
I just don't know how I missed so many Koroks, because I only have like 80 Koroks, and there's a lot more than that.
Yeah, I'm at like 100 and something Koroks, but there's 900 something more that I have to go find.
Yeah.
And I'm up to the point now where weapons cost 35 Korok seeds to get a new weapon slot. So it's getting expensive.
Yeah, I think for Breath of Wild, I think in order to max out everything, you needed 400 Korok seeds. So
what do you do after that?
You
Hester
just
says
you just get the poop. You just get the poop.
Interesting.
Yeah. I think Nady Nate needs to play Zelda or Breath of Wild.
I think so too.
I think Josh needs to play some.
Hey!
Yeah, I think Josh needs to play Tears of the Kingdom.
Yes, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Have you found auto build yet? Have you been down in the depths and done that?
Haven't even gone to the depths yet.
You haven't even gone to the depths.
Nope.
You don't even have the camera or anything. Because you get the camera by doing the depths, the very first thing of the depths.
I don't think so. I don't think so. Yeah.
I feel like you could be a non-Nintendo fan and like Breath of Wild is considered one of the greatest games ever made, and Tears of the Kingdom is just more of that.
More of that. Yep.
And it is the highest rated game. So people that aren't Nintendo fans also enjoy it.
Is it sitting higher on Metacritic and stuff right now?
Well, I think it was the highest rated game on OpenCritic.
OpenCritic was the highest.
I don't know if it is anymore.
So I was talking about a article from Famitsu, and I'm gonna open up the Nintendo Life article that I grabbed this morning because I want to. I just saw this, you guys. Mario movie surpasses Disney's animated hit Frozen.
Yeah, it's top 3 now. So it's Lion King remake. So the live action remake.
The Favreau one? Huh.
Then it's Frozen 2. Then it's Super Mario Bros. And then Frozen, the original Frozen. So it's number 3.
That doesn't even have DVD sales yet.
Yeah. Well, it is like I bought it.
It's available digitally as of last week, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think those are box office numbers. I don't think that includes
oh, really?
Home sales or DVDs or anything like that. Yeah, so it's at 1.3 million. Or 1.3 billion.
Okay.
So third highest animated film ever.
So real quick, Metacritic Breath of the Wild is 97. Metacritic for Tears of the Kingdom is 95. So they're both.
Tears of the Kingdom sucks then.
Ooh, I just saw this. Like, I shouldn't have opened up this site, you guys. This is not. This is bummer news. Dylan's Rolling Western and Kirby co-developer Vanpool shuts down.
Yeah, I saw that earlier today too. I never really played the Dylan's Rolling Western games. Were they tower defense? They were on the 3DS.
They were 3DS titles, and I never really played them either. But they were one of those series that it was like I didn't jump into it, but I feel like they're like they may have kind of targeted a little younger audience, and I want to say there were like, you know, whether it was like nieces or nephews or somebody played it and they were really enjoying it, right? But they put out a statement that says Vanpool Co. Ltd. Will be dissolved on May 31st, 2023. We have continued to develop games thanks to everyone's kindness, but due to various circumstances, we have decided to disband. We would like to express our sincere gratitude for the patronage we have received from all of you and apologize for any inconvenience caused. So Vanpool was founded in the late 90s and featured former Love Delic employees. I don't know if I said that right, but it made its name for itself, assisting Nintendo with a number of first-party titles. Some of these included Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga, freshly picked Tingle's Rosy Rupee Land, and it co-developed Chibi Robo Ziplash with Skip. So, but perhaps it's best known for its Dilling's Rolling Western series on 3DS and co-developing a number of Kirby titles on Nintendo Switch alongside HAL Laboratory. That includes the most recent release, Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe. So,
I'm actually surprised they didn't try to bring Dylan's Rolling Western onto the Switch. Like, there are a couple of those smaller titles that they never brought over, like Pushmo, Dylan's Rolling Western. Like, they all kind of stayed on the 3DS.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting that is the that's the case, that they didn't move some of those, especially as healthy as Nintendo is right now. It just seems it seems strange that's
It's on the next console.
that the next yeah, that's right. You're probably
They're holding
correct.
everything back.
Yeah, that's right. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm trying to find this Famitsu article. I think it's actually on I thought it was on mine. Yeah, there we go. But as I'm scrolling, North Carolina man accused of robbing store with painted duck hunt gun.
Oh, I saw that too.
What?
Yeah, it was the NZAP, but they painted it black.
Yes. What is happening? What even is going on in the world anymore? That's wild. Anyway, here's from My Nintendo News. It says Famitsu has published information from a new Japanese online seminar, which was hosted by Koichi Hamaura, senior advisor for digital entertainment, Kadokawa, which is titled "The Current Status and Prospects of the Game Industry in Spring 2023: The Game Industry Towards Season 2." The event naturally talked about big console makers and has revealed that Nintendo has a number of promising games from third parties due out this year. It should be noted that last year's events was apparently spot on. So I pulled up a 30 upcoming Nintendo Switch games to look forward in 2023, which include games like Warhammer. It's Bolt Gun. It came out on the 23rd, and it's a first person kind of very Doom like. All right. There's a Story of Seasons. Remember, we had all those directs that was nothing but farming simulators. So a lot of these games are finally coming out. Master Detective Archives Rain Code. That is June 30th. Scrolling on down here, we have Ghost Trick, which is June 30th. And that's developed by Capcom. Developed and published by Capcom. Oxenfree 2, which is July 12th. Atelier Marie Remake. The Alchemist of Salzburg, Pikmin 4, right, which is not third party. Disney's Illusion Land. Remember, that was that kind of Cuphead looking game where you play as Mickey and Minnie.
That 2D,
yeah. That looks pretty rad, honestly. Fae Farm, another one of the farm games. Bomb Rush Cyberpunk, that's in August.
Oh, that looks cool. That kind of looked like Jet Set Radio.
Yeah. Then Sea of Stars.
That one's already
got a big one.
Demo.
People are excited about that one.
Blasphemous 2. Metal Slug Tactics. Hollow Knight Silksong. Just joking. Just kidding.
You never know.
Is it Baten Kaitos? Is that how you say that? 1 and 2?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Somebody's gonna tell me I didn't say it right, and that's okay. I don't mind. I'm always learning. Rune Factory 3 Special, Disgaea 7 Vows of the Virtueless, Rift of the Necro Dancer, Outer Wilds.
These are all like indie games.
A lot of these are indie. It's just said the 30 games, so I'm just going through all of them just so that like I kind of want to have this baseline, and then I want us to kind of like basically have our realistic speculation and then our completely unrealistic speculation, right? So Gollum, which I don't think it's going to actually make it to the Switch after the way it's reviewed.
It probably shouldn't. They should probably just cancel that.
Yeah, just put that one away. So
and I think Hogwarts Legacy did that get canceled on Switch, or is that still?
I think it got delayed.
It got delayed yet again. Mina the Hollower, which is Yacht Club, which I'm here for. Anything Yacht Club touches, I usually want to play. Demon School, which kind of has a cool look to it. The Plucky Squire.
That looks good.
Disney Dreamlight Valley. They just announced a roadmap for content for that. Is it Suikoden 1 and 2 HD remaster, Gate Rune and Dunin Unification Wars. That's from Konami. SteamWorld Build, Fantasy Life, The Girl Who Steals Time, Euden Chronicle, 100 Heroes, Professor Layton and the New World of Steam, and then of course Metroid Prime 4, which get out of here with that. Like, don't even toy with my heart. Come on, they're gonna release the other two Metroids.
That's for
that
this year,
happens.
or is that just 30 games to look forward to?
In 2023, but yeah, that's
Yeah,
and this came out on Monday, so I'm like,
oh, okay. Who put that out?
Nintendo Life.
Oh yeah, that's just wishful thinking right there.
Nate's asking, has anyone played the League of Legends side scroller? And I have not, and I love that he put side stroller because he just had a baby. It does look awesome. I talked about it on another like one of the news minutes, and I was like, yo, I wish Overwatch would do this with Tracer and give us a side-scrolling platformer with Tracer with the rewind ability. I think it would be absolutely killer. But no, he's absolutely right. The League of Legends side scroller looks really really good. So, but with that article saying promising third parties, where does that immediately, Crawler, you kick us off, where does that immediately take you? Like, does it take you to like, yo, is there exclusive third parties with Nintendo IP? Is it more like Doom and Assassin's Creed games? Like, what do you think there?
That it takes me to next week with Summer Game Fest, because I'm looking at the list of announced partners for Jeff Keighley's Summer Game Fest, and some standouts that normally do stuff on the Switch is Capcom, Devolver Digital, Square Enix. Like, I feel like there maybe could be some stuff that's announced next week at Summer Game Fest that could prep us for that. There might also be some stuff that's going to be cross-platform on Xbox, PlayStation, and Switch that might be shown off at the Xbox showcase, which is not this weekend, but next weekend on the 11th, I think is when it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I feel like if we're going to hear about some stuff, it's going to be in the next 2 weeks, because we don't have much of a roadmap for anything. And PlayStation just did their show. Was that last week?
Yeah.
And they still didn't even give us a date for Spider-Man.
No, Nate says Mortal Kombat 1 is for sure coming to Switch, right? And if you think bigger third parties, like we mentioned, Hogwarts, probably one of the, probably one that people are thinking, but it's, I mean, I'm not holding my breath on that one. And then Gollum was another, third party, but like it's just reviewing terribly. And then Mortal Kombat. So we know those kind of three right off the bat. Johnny, where does your head go immediately when we talk about some promising third parties?
Well, I think they're talking about games like Mortal Kombat, which are, bigger IP. I was surprised when they said Mortal Kombat was coming to the Switch.
I have 11 on Switch, and
it's not good. It doesn't look good.
It's not great. And it got to the point where I have the cart, and the download for the game as well was like another 18 gig. I just deleted it. Like, I stopped updating it. I have it on PlayStation. That's where I'll play it if I play it. But it was very muddy. The single player stuff that you did in the, I forget what it was called, but like where you had to connect on
the crypt. It was in the crypt.
It did not look good.
Yeah, so I mean, I'll probably pick it up because I think it's just fun to have them on the Switch for some reason. But I'm thinking, Capcom might bring some other heavy hitters. Resident Evil 4 remake. They love their cloud versions on the Switch. Sure. So they might bring that as a cloud version.
You're
I would
you're just a
love.
wet blanket, Johnny. Come on.
What they brought every other. They have like Resident Evil 8 on there, cloud version.
7, I think.
No, 8's on there too. They're all on there.
Is it?
The 2
Oh, wow.
remake, the 3 remake, 8. They're all there. They're all cloud versions, $60 games. Maybe they'll figure out how to get Resident Evil 4 remake native on the Switch. There you go. Well, maybe we'll get Street Fighter 6 on the Switch.
It's already
cloud.
It's already cell shaded a little bit, right?
Yeah, they did Street Fighter 4 on 3DS.
3DS, yep. And it's a weird perspective. It's not your normal side-scrolling or 2D fighter, right? Or
I mean, I would love to have third-party exclusive titles like Cryptic mentioned Ultimate Alliance from Marvel. I feel like that performed pretty well for those types of games. So why not?
Well, and that's an interesting game that we don't bring up that often when we talk about third parties. We typically think Starlink and we think Mario plus Rabbids, but Ultimate Alliance was Team Ninja, and it was a Switch exclusive.
It was fun. It was a good time. And it sold well. It sold over 1 million copies, I think.
I mean, speaking of Capcom, didn't Mega Man Battle Network or whatever sell like really well?
Oh yeah, it sold over 1 million copies.
And the thing with Capcom is they've got a Monster Hunter event happening on the 7th to wrap up Sunbreak. Which then I wonder too, is Monster Hunter going to get another DLC? Like, are they just going to keep that going? Because Rise came, it came. Well, according to the article I read earlier, it came to everything. I thought it was. I knew it was PC, but I didn't know it was PC. On PlayStation.
Yeah, I think it's on everything.
Is it on PlayStation?
That's the only one I wasn't positive on, but this article said it was. So, but Sunbreak comes out on that, then they could do another DLC that's now on all the consoles and just keep that game.
Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak will launch April 28, 2023 on. Oh, it did. So yeah, it did come out Xbox Ones and PS4, PS5. So
okay. I just knew it was on Game Pass. I just wasn't sure
Game
about
Pass.
PlayStation.
That's why I think Xbox dominated the marketplace in the conversation with that, because it was just there.
Game Pass, yeah. Cryptic asks, we were at that time where we're at that time where it could be a good time to hear from the big and mid-sized game studios. Is there Luigi's Mansion 4, Mario? It says Mario, obviously. Mario Odyssey 2. I love the autocorrect there. That's amazing. Or 3D Toad's Treasure Tracker team. Do we think eventually get another 2D Zelda? So great questions there. We kind of talked about it a little bit before the show start. I would not be surprised if we saw Odyssey DLC. That if
I think people would riot unless they announce Odyssey DLC. Later? Yeah, Odyssey DLC, and then they would have to announce a new game, right? Like, I feel like you can't be like, here's 2 new kingdoms that we've been working on for 6 years.
Well, okay. When I say DLC, I mean like new Super Luigi U, where it's essentially a new game, but you need to have
Mario
Odyssey
DLC. It's a spiritual successor to Duck Hunt. You hunt the Broodals. It's rabbit hunt.
You get that end zap that guy used in the robbery.
Just rabbit hunt, and you get to shoot down the Broodals.
Well, if they are working on a new Mario game, and say it's Odyssey 2, maybe it started off as DLC and it got too big, kind of like it did for Tears of the Kingdom. Because that started off as DLC and then it evolved into Tears of the Kingdom. I would be completely fine with that if they do something like that. But it has to be big.
Also, I mean, do we ride the Zelda wave right now and get Twilight Princess and Wind Waker?
I don't think they do it the same. It would be risky. I don't know if risky is the right word, but I don't know if they would do it the same year.
I mean, that wouldn't be a bad October title, though.
No. I mean, I want it. I'd buy it. I think we'd all buy it.
Yeah.
even if
Oh,
they're
yeah,
$60 a
100%.
pop.
Right. Or 70.
Yeah.
You know, and then he also asked a question about 2D Zelda. And my gut feeling is the way Nintendo moves forward with Zelda games is they stay in the Tears of the Kingdom Breath of the Wild format, which they said they're going to. They enjoy that. But remake the first remake, Minish Cap remake. Give us
Yeah.
the
Well,
I don't
because Story
necessarily
of
want to see
Seasons
the
and
exact
Seasons and Ages is coming to online here in a little bit.
Mhm.
I wouldn't be opposed. Like, find a way to bring. Do you need touch controls at all for?
If you say Spirit Tracks and
No,
Phantom
no,
That's
Hourglass,
the whole
you can't
game.
play without.
But for what's it called?
A Link to the Link Between Worlds.
Do you need touch
I don't
controls?
I
believe
don't
so.
think so. I mean,
No.
Like, that
even
would
if
be
you
really
do,
cool to bring that and then announce that, hey, we're working on a sequel to A Link Between Worlds or something like that. Find a way to do something cool like that, because now that Nintendo doesn't have the two separate ecosystems, like, bring that over and embrace that. Have the 3D Zelda, but then also honor the roots, because I think A Link Between Worlds did a great job making you feel like you were playing Link to the Past again a little bit.
Oh, I loved it. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was fantastic.
I love that the top-down Zeldas, like even Link's Awakening that they remade, like that was great. I'd be okay if they did
It was
that same
stuttering
treatment.
everywhere, Johnny. Stutters.
I mean, it does run like a trash panda.
Like, it gave us the best mask in Breath and Tears of the Kingdom.
It's terrifying.
Nate says, you know what? Maybe they switch gears and give us some Metal Gear Solid collection.
I think
I think that's coming. I think that will come.
Not the remake,
Not the new one,
not
the new Snake Eater, but like the original stuff. I could see that coming. Who's doing that for Konami? Do we know?
I don't think they announced it.
Cryptic says we haven't had a 2D Mario since the launch of the Wii U, and we know these are best-selling Mario games. The only one that came to Switch was a port. Also true. Yeah, what's the new Super Mario Brothers series up to? Is it over?
It's an update to Mario Maker 2.
Sheesh.
Yeah, that's what they have this fall. They have Odyssey DLC. It's Luigi's Balloon World 2, and then they have a Super Mario Maker update that just adds some costumes. It'll be fun.
I'm here for it. I like it. Yeah, it's good. It's good stuff. No question there. So, Arms 2. Yeah.
Switch
but
3-4.
Yeah, right. Switch 3-4. But kind of switching over into like the absolutely unrealistic, when it comes to third parties, maybe there's a specific developer you could think of and a game that you'd like to go along with it, right? Like, I don't know what I know a lot of the Factor 5 team is they're all doing Hulu and stuff like that now, right? And they've had some games and stuff, but if you could somehow get that team back together, the ones that did Rogue Squadron, Rogue Leader, all that, and give them Star Fox,
that would be cool.
I would be so on board
also,
for something like that.
Throw whatever money or whatever you need to at Disney and get Rogue Squadron 3 unlocked out of the Wii. Was it Wii?
Yeah. Rogue Squadron 3 was a Wii game.
Yeah. Get it out.
Or 4.
Update
It was Rogue Squadron 4.
4.
Yeah, 3 was on GameCube.
I still want to see
get out of your ship.
I want to see a From Software
too, right?
Yeah.
I want to see a From Software Zelda game. just have a dark fantasy version of Tears of the Kingdom.
Okay.
Isn't that what's down in the depths?
Well, oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, you essentially find the Bloodborne armor down there.
Well, let's take that a step further and let's give Blizzard a Diablo style Zelda game.
Oh. Yeah, well, we haven't had a multiplayer Zelda game in a while.
We had Ganondorf armor or whatever in Diablo 3.
Right.
Oh, yeah,
that's
we did.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, Diablo
Yeah,
4.
that
That would be
crossover.
Is
that
Diablo
would be
4
a good one to come over.
That's not coming to Switch though.
No. But that would be good for them to get. I think the issue now is just the hardware. Like these, maybe they could get it to work, but they don't want to spend the time.
If the
Well, and if they
Blizzard
put the word
Activision deal
out-
goes through, then who knows what'll come to Switch?
Everything that'll be a cloud.
The Call of Duty DS
Yeah.
game
Hey,
will be
I
on
mean,
Switch.
if we can get Game Pass Cloud that works as well as it does on my phone to work on the Switch, I mean, I'd be all right with that. That's a lot better than what we've seen so far on Switch when it comes to cloud gaming.
Yo, Cryptic hit the nail on the head. A Blizzard Pokemon MMO.
Maybe that's why they haven't released the performance update yet for Scarlet and Violet.
Hey, homeworks now, so you can have.
Does it? Is it out? I don't think it's out yet.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, it's they're rolling it out slowly so that they don't melt their servers, but yeah. It's out. So but yeah, I mean, but Blizzard Pokemon MMO, but just a Pokemon MMO period. Like, I want a reason to go back into if you had a Pokemon game that was similar to like Destiny, where it was like you had weeklies and dailies and stuff to do in Pokemon, catch X amount of Pokemon, kind of like with Pokemon Go, but like in a mainline game. Yo, that would have me playing.
Yeah, like take on a giant raid Pokemon
You
battle.
just do a big raid.
Yeah.
Not even that, but like remember like the outbreaks? But could you imagine having to do it with a group of people? Because like there's a specific reason why like they could do damage to an area or something. Like you have to keep them at bay so that like you don't lose part of the map or however they end up working it, right? Like, so Nate wants a Pokemon Snap swimsuit calendar. So I don't even know. Oh boy. But I mean, Zelda's pretty well covered right now, especially with Tears of the Kingdom. But like, I'm sure there's some racing teams out there. Like, I can't remember the name of the game, but it was one of the early indie Switch titles that looked
Fast
like
RMX.
Wipeout. Yeah, like what are those guys up to? And can they make F-Zero?
I think they're making a second one.
It was
a second Fast RMX.
It was pretty much
I believe that's
F-Zero
true.
Anyway. Like it just without the licensing.
I mean, Cadence of Hyrule was a fun game for like indie crossover. I would love to see them to give a Metroid game to Yacht Club or
yes.
Who's the ones that did Mighty Switch Force?
Is it Way Forward?
Way Forward, yeah, that would be another good one.
Okay. I literally just picked a good developer that I know of that would make a good Nintendo game and said Way Forward. I had no idea there.
Well,
so Nate says it'd be nice to have a Diddy Kong Racing remake.
I just want
and I mentioned on today's show like the new Hot Wheels game is coming out, and I talked about a Mario Kart Hot Wheel crossover where you like it's Mario Kart but in the Hot Wheel universe, so it's not identical, right? Like it's the tracks are more Hot Wheel inspired, like, but still with that, with that Nintendo twist. Like I got plenty of Hot Wheels here, Mario Kart Hot Wheels.
They can put
here.
the van in there from the movie.
Yeah,
they have the Hot Wheel van.
I mean, they just had a racing Lego game just came out last week or something like that. But I mean, there's interesting stuff that you can do with that. I was at the store and I saw it sitting in the thing, and it was download only. I was like, what a waste to buy it physically if it's a download only thing.
Oh, but that's random.
Yeah,
you could buy it on Lego.com. Probably get some VIP points.
It's an expensive game though.
Cryptic asks, we know Monolith helped with Breath of the Wild, but how crazy would it be for the studio to get full reins of a Zelda game? With how they create stories with Xenoblade, their take on Zelda would be amazing. Yeah, no debate.
It would be
I think
more like anime style, which would be kind of cool.
more
The,
cutscenes. I mean, I enjoy the memories in this current game. So I mean, more cutscenes that kind of dives into the story a little bit. I get that Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom is kind of make your own story with some framework around it, but like that would be kind of cool to walk into an area and have it prompt more story. I think with Zelda, I think that would be cool.
Well, and another third party is Hyrule Warriors.
Yeah,
that's another.
There was a lot of story in that baked into that.
Well, it's not just Hyrule Warriors, but they've done 2 Fire Emblem Warriors games also. So it's. I guess my point is that like I said early on, when I think third party, I always think Starlink and I always think Mario plus Rabbids because it's Mario. But like Nintendo's been pretty generous with their IPs. It's just some of them are a little more. I'm going to say the word.
niche.
Get ready to take a drink, everybody. Niche, right?
Hey, they
Not
put
Zelda.
Link in
niche,
Skyrim.
That's true. Yeah, that's. I mean, again,
and still charge $6. I think that game is still $60 right now.
Well, yeah, and I think the Ultimate Edition is even more.
That's wild. That is crazy. But yeah, I mean, there's, we had Ultimate Alliance. What's happening there? Is that license done? Can with like Wolverine on PlayStation and Spider-Man on PlayStation, like how do those deals work anymore as far as like can another Ultimate Alliance game be made? I sure hope so. Like especially with Marvel introducing so many more so many new not new, but like there are some new enemies that are kind of being introduced to the mainstream that were just in the strictly in the comics or whatever. They could really add to that series as well. So anything Marvel, Star Wars, like I know Hunters is supposed to come out at some point. I don't know. Nobody has heard anything about that game, like anything. It kind of looked not great to begin with. And honestly, like that whole deal should have been made with Epic to have a Star Wars Fortnite game put out. Like, not that I want it exclusively on the Switch, but if they're going to go that route, like,
Fortnite is
why
essentially
not?
a Star Wars game now, too.
I'd say I have more Star Wars characters in that game, I think, than anything.
Yeah, same here. So but again, the days of Rogue Leader, like we were talking, you mentioned Rogue Leader, like getting even those remakes to fill this. My gut feeling is that there's this void happening right now for the launch of the new system, that they're holding everything close to the chest. Now, what I think is strange is if you think about the timelines of everything, like from the moment Animal Crossing got delayed, that was like, I feel like Nintendo's first big delay, if I remember correctly. And then, Tears got delayed multiple times, right? We heard about that forever. Like, if those games had come out on time and even like Boot Camp, all that stuff, what would we be playing right now? And how did that shift their internal timeline for things? Like did Pikmin get pushed?
I mean, anymore, I think games, it's better just to let them go. So, I mean, I don't know. Would everything be on more crunch? But I think
we'd be playing Metroid Prime 4 right now. Thanks, Tears of the Kingdom, for coming out. Getting delayed. Playing Metroid Prime right now.
But even that, like, what they announced that game, I think they were anticipating that for probably 2 years after the Switch's launch.
Yeah, because they delayed it.
They had the scrap. They tore it down to the studs and built it.
Hasn't that been like 4 years? Did they scrap it like 4 years ago?
That was December, January of 1819, I think. Right. That was announced.
We haven't seen anything from that.
No.
But I think they are it would make sense for them to hold things back because the Switch, I know it's still selling, but it has to be on its last legs, and they don't need anything right now. Like they have Tears of the Kingdom, like they don't need to sell anything else.
They did want a. They did want the Switch's lifespan to be 10 years.
Yeah, but that's a pipe dream.
I mean, they could release a system and still support the Switch for a couple of years.
They just need to crack. Like, if that's the case, they need to keep everything quiet as far as this next holiday and everything. Focus on DLC. What can push the Nintendo Switch Online expansion? You know, the expansion pack. Those kind of sales. What can they add to our current games so that because if you think about it, if they launch an Odyssey DLC right now and do the like
Odyssey DLC.
player's choice, what?
Just Odyssey DLC.
Well, but hear me out. Business wise, if they go, yo, Odyssey is $40 now. The DLC is practically a full game, so it's going to be
30,
$49.99,
40, yeah.
right? Like, but you have to have Odyssey to play it. Imagine the boost in
They
sales.
do a bundle for $100 and
a bundle for $100, and there you go. You've got
do a new physical SKU and sell it to the people that.
Oh no, this is dirty. People are already upset about the $70 Tears of the Kingdom.
Yep. And Nate's saying, I honestly don't think we'll be left in the dark after Pikmin. I think there's something coming, but I feel like it is more digital stuff. It's,
I also think Lacey says in the chat about TikTok, not TikTok. Oh my god, about Tears of the Kingdom DLC, and I think we might see something this fall for Tears of the Kingdom DLC.
I could see it something similar to last time around, where it's announced at Game Awards, and there's maybe something available right then and there that night. Because that's exactly what they did in 2017.
Yep.
Doug Bowser doesn't like Keeley like Reggie did. Just doesn't like him. No, I'm just kidding. I don't. That's
not Doug Bowser's call, though. It's Van's call, right?
That's true. That is true. So, Lacey said that would be juicy. She's down. Like, yeah. I mean, more. As soon as Tears of the Kingdom dropped, and I mean, I'm only 35 hours in, but I'm like, they're gonna do more. Like they've left themselves wide open for so much more. It just the world seems like it can handle so much more.
We're going to space.
Well, at least the Koroks are.
Yeah, when you get up there, it's all these Koroks that got shot out of Hyrule.
That would be
oh
great.
My goodness. I love it. That is some good stuff.
The fall of DLC, there you go. Odyssey, and we'll have Mario Kart DLC,
Luigi's Mansion
in
there. Mario Maker 2, they all of a sudden
Arms 2,
Animal Crossing.
Arms gets DLC randomly.
Arms DLC. Yep. Yeah.
Switch Sports gets the Wii Sports Resorts update, and we get everything.
It gets baseball. Mario Strikers gets a big update.
Actually has content.
Good luck with that.
Mario Party DLC. Mario Party DLC, not Mario Party Superstars.
That's right. That'll be because it's the top seller.
That's the 19 million seller, man. That's the one that needs.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Well, guys, thank you so much for being here live. If you're listening after the fact, we really do appreciate you. We hope you have a fantastic Thursday, the rest of your Wednesday, whenever you're hearing this. Thank you so much. And we will see you in the next one. Bye, everybody.